Traders, I have something funny here. So let's talk about this gold trade here. I'm gonna delete first my stuff here. I'm gonna talk about the whole story, how it started. It's super awesome. And this one here too. And this one too. And this one. So remember when we talk about this one, and now the third touch. Very similar there. That was the one detail. So it is pushing higher. We can see here super nicely. So the whole principle is to go higher. But here, what we can see, we break lower, retest, we break lower, retest, and we break lower again. So it's a very bearish for me, because all those principles are very nice and clean. Started here, bearish movement, start here, bearish trades. Here you have another opportunity, here another opportunity. So for me in that moment, I was still 50-50, no judgment at all, and just patient. But after, when we create this one here, it was interesting because you can see here we have the holder, the minor one, but is pushing currently down and is respected now. But here you can see the fear level. So for me, that's just, let's keep it as a fear level, because there is a point. Because right now, all the sellers in that moment, they thinking, oh wow, it's just a continuation. It's just a continuation pattern. But this is actually fear, because this place here is gathering all the sellers to go in, and that's the breaking point. But the original cell is still not open. So for rest of the movement, what is starting that moment, I already know it is the manipulation. So you can see here how the manipulation is kicking in all the way here, manipulation low. So manipulation create our low here. And now you can see how the price is going higher. And that was my entry. But let's talk about my entry. First of all, we was talking about those previous Fibonacci movements. For example, this one here, we break, you can see here, we break all those lows. And if we use the Fib to the bottom, you can see it was super nice retracement. Super nice. So it was previously respected. So I was putting the Fibonacci here again, the top all the way to the bottom. And look what I see here. All the way to the bottom. And look what is here, the 618. It is exactly where is the retest moment. So my entry was the 618. So I was using the 618 as an entry, but I didn't use the whole Fibonacci on my take profits, because I was still using the structure principles. And here we can see, if you put the line here, we have the perfect breaking structure, but no retest. And now the price was retesting here exactly where was the 618, and my stop loss was this one. A little bit higher. The structure point here again, the most significant one. And then you can see we create the manipulation low and we create the manipulation high here. It was pretty close of my stop loss, but still it wasn't a stop loss. And here you can see we make another movement, and now you can see price is retracementing, bounce, bounce, another 618, more like scalping opportunity. But you can see here we touch all those zones, and then we break out and we have perfect retest on the 618, and all the way take profit 4 was done. Overall, my trade is still open overall, and The one awesome thing here was how we started. We have 1, 2, 3 touch points. And if you zoom in here, you can look here, there was another awesome opportunity. You can see here 1, 2, and 3. And what was happened now here? We have break, retest. Again, very beautiful movement, and you can see how we fail here. It was a W pattern, and we failed the high. And if you focus the details, you can see that was exactly retest point, and what was happened. The candlestick close under the trend line. You can see here too 1, 2, and 3. They're all following the same things. And for the break and retest, you can see already here how we started the whole bearish trend. Break and retest, break and retest, break and retest, break and retest. Price is previously accepting the 618 as a retracement. 618, 618, and now that trade 618. But it's still on the move. Let's see what's happened. But it is, I think it's a very solid trade. And again, it was a nice patient here, but it doesn't matter because the smoothness is the faster way. And now you can see we break the main, the thing what I was talking about, the branch, it is now broken here. But now it is, do we have retest here? Actually we have kind of retest, but price can still go bouncing back and no problem to do something here. For example, price can go back to the trend line here and then hanging on here. That's one opportunity, or it just keep going and keep going. Overall, we are in the blues. But good trade, and the manipulation opportunity, it was so bright and clear. As soon as when I see that and I see the fear kicking in, I know the manipulation is coming, and that's mean the manipulation is gonna go that place where I want to go. So the manipulation movement was enter of that, bouncing here and bouncing here. So basically all here to all here things, that here was just noise. It was this candlestick all the way down, and it was this candlestick all the way up. So all this was manipulation here, strong. And then this was continue of the structure, and you can see here too. If we go you can see nicely played out here all the time, going above, retest. So for the bullish movement was retesting and break the highs, but in that time the Fibonacci and the Paris was much stronger, because you can see actually we start respecting the principle, break, retest and start going higher, and then the W was failing here. You can see here too, the W is failing. So now the time was actually to go higher, but we retest again, and then fail. And you can see here the next W is failing here. Exactly the same thing. It's failing here. And then the same W is failing here. You can see here too. The same W is failing here, and now the same W. We complete the pattern, but the same W is failing. So all those same little details, They are there all the time when the trend is in your sights. Just remember how we started and what principles and patterns we use it. Because you have to understand that was kind of birth of that trend line, and those original things what was used inside here, tools and principles and everything else, they are going all, it's all the time there. It's all the time there. Just smoothness, patient smoothness. Pebbles in the stream. But I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Maybe the next video we have take profits. If you have some questions, leave in the comments. And I'm gonna see you every single one tomorrow. Thank you and ciao.